Hey friends, remember last year in first grade when you did Fundations? We're going to talk a little bit about what you did to see if you remember. Okay, so the first thing I want to remind you is we had all of these letters. And so do you remember why these are pink and these are yellow? That's right. These are vowels and these are consonants. And we use those to make words. And so I want to remind you using this that when you were in first grade, you said W, wind, W. Now, since you're in second grade now, we're going to skip that key word in the middle when we're doing consonants. And so when we point at W, we're going to say W, W, W. Okay? We don't have to say that keyword anymore because you're so smart. Okay, the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to do the vowels every single day. And so if you remember, the vowels have these pictures, and we say A, apple, A, E, ed, E, I, itch, I, O, octopus, ah, U, up, And you know what, in second grade, we're going to learn some more sounds that those vowels make. But you probably remember those. Okay, something else that you talked about in first grade were blends and digraphs. Do you remember the difference in a blend and a digraph? I bet you do. These cards that have two consonants on them, they're digraphs, and if you'll remember, a digraph is where two consonants or two letters make one sound. And so we're going to remember those with these sound cards. WH, whistle, W. Hey, that sounds familiar. Do you remember this? I can spell W two ways. I can spell it with a W by itself, or I can spell it with a WH, and we'll learn how to know when to do that. Okay, so the next digraph is CK, sock, K, TH, thumb, SH, ship, sh, and CH, chin, ch. Now those sounds are made by two consonants, but they only make one sound, and that's called a digraph. You're right. Now remember, a blend is when I use two consonants to make two sounds, but they blend together. So this says b, ul, but when I say it, I say bl. Okay, see how they blend together? So let's make it into a word. I'm going to add the E and an N and a D. Now let's say the sounds of this word. B, U, E, N, D. And whenever I say it all together, it says blend. Blend has two blends in it. Isn't that handy to remember what a blend is? There's two blends in blend. Okay, so let's spell it back. Spell it back with me. B, L, E, whip, N, D. I'm out of practice. I'm going to need some practice with you. Okay, so we've talked about blends and digraphs. The other thing we're going to remember from first grade is that when I have the sound that says k, it could be this digraph, or what consonant could it be? Yeah, C says, does anything else say k? You're right. K says k. So we know three sounds that say k. Now I'm going to let you remember something. If it is a word that has A, O, or U, the the A, the A sound, I'm going to spell it with a C. If it has E, it's going to be spelled with a K. So we'll practice that some more. And where am I going to see CK? Where am I going to see that in a word? Yeah, it's at the end of the digraphs. And that reminds me, when I hear k at the end of a word that has one vowel sound that's short, it's going to be spelled CK. Like in stick. I would spell stick. Let's tap it. Do you remember tapping? Tap stick with me. S, t, I, k. It's at the end, so I know that k sound is spelled with a digraph. Stick. So let's spell it. S, t. I see a blend. I, k. 4 sounds spelled stick. Awesome. Spell it back with me. S, T, I, C, K. Awesome, awesome. All right, let's see if I've talked about everything. Okay, I'm going to give you your words of the day. So let's stick them up here. Let me grab a magnet. So our first word of the day is flock. What do you know about flock? Yeah, people flock together in a group. We say that a group of birds is called a flock. And so we're going to remember how we marked words using this word, flock. So first I'm going to spell it. O, A, K. I have K at the end of a word. How do I spell that? Yeah, with the digraph CK. Now, to mark that, the first thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at how many vowels are in this word. Yeah, I just see one, that O. What's the O saying? Ah. So I'm going to mark it with a breve. It kind of looks like this, like a bowl. And that means it's saying it's short sound. And it's one syllable. So put your hand on your chin. When you say flock, how many times does your chin drop? Just once. So that's one scoop. Now, I have something else to mark. Does this word have a blend? It does. F says its own sound. L says its own sound, but they're blended together. But is CK a blend? No, CK is only making one sound. So I underline it with one underline. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, then let's look at the next word. This is my favorite word for this unit, blend, because blend has 2 blends in it. That is so helpful. So I'm going to spell blend. Buh. Ooh, that was terrible. I said buh. Say b. Yeah, B doesn't say buh, does it? It says b. B. Ooh. E. N. D. Blend. How many vowels? Just one. That tells me one scoop, and it's a short sound. Is BL a digraph? No, it's not. It's a blend. It tells me right in the word. What about ND? Is that a digraph? I don't see it there. Do I hear both sounds? N, D. I do. So this is how I mark blend. All right, another one. Shred. Do you know what shred means? You might shred cheese for tacos. You also might shred paper. And so let's spell that word. D. How many vowels? One. One scoop. Short sound. Oh, this is interesting. What do I have here? I have this digraph, but look what's with it. They blend together. This is called a digraph blend. It's both. It has a digraph that blends with a consonant, and so we hear two sounds in those three letters. The last word I have is rich. Someday, we would all like to be rich and famous. Rich means that you have lots of money, or you might be like me and just rich in friends and love. That means you have a lot of it. So let's spell rich. R-I-C-H. One sound. How am I going to spell that one sound? With a digraph, with those two letters, C-H. How many vowels in rich? Just one. One scoop. The vowel says I, and I have a digraph. Easy breezy lemon squeezy. Now one more thing before I let you go. We are going to start practicing the R-controlled vowel poster. Okay? So we're going to do it just like we do the cards, except we're going to look up here at the poster. So we're going to say A-R, car, R. You got it. O-R, horn, or. That's it. E-R, her, Yep. I-R, bird, Okay. You are, burn, That's it. Now notice with me. Look, E-R, I-R, U-R, they all say the exact same thing. And we're going to learn when to spell with which one. And boy, I can't wait to see all you're going to learn.